Alright guys, my name is Joe Fonseca. We're going to be doing an oil change on a 2007 Harley Custom Sportster. Alright, and here's what we have for supplies. 4 quarts of 2050 full synthetic oil. Picked up an oil filter, chrome from Harley. There's plenty of aftermarkets available though. A flat tip screwdriver. Oil filter wrench to get a better grip. Funnel. And finally our oil pan. Make sure to dispose of it properly when you're done. Alright, first thing we want to do is ensure that we remove the oil cap. This is going to relieve some of the pressure so we get a better drain underneath the bike when we pull the plug and after we remove the oil filter itself. Alright, just to the right of the kickstand here, we're going to grab our flat tip screwdriver and loosen this screw right here. This is going to allow us the opportunity to take pressure off the oil plug and pull that. And in a moment here, we're going to put the oil pan underneath and get that job done. Alright, we got the drain plug popped out. Here's what she looks like. Pretty easy pull. It's going to stick in there a little bit, so make sure you give yourself a fighting chance. Alright, so after we let the oil run out, we want to make sure that we reinsert the plug and tighten the screw back down. Make sure that it's pretty snug when you reinsert it, and then go ahead and wipe off any excess oil from the tip of the plug. This is just going to make sure that we don't get any random splashing around once we start riding again, and don't get any random burn off. Wouldn't be real pleasant, I'm sure. Alright, due to the tight quarters that we're working with, I'm going to use my filter wrench here and try to get a grip on this and turn it out. Something you want to make sure you're aware of is as you loosen up the oil filter, you're going to get a pretty decent amount of runoff down the frame of the bike. So I used a funnel, but I was over ambitious and it's not going to fit in here, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of cleaning up once I removed the filter, so no big deal there. Alright, so we've got the oil filter off and sitting inside the pan, and like expected there was some runoff inside the frame and whatnot, so we're just going to get in here with the rag, wipe off as much of the frame as we can, and make sure that the area is all cleaned up before putting the new one on. Alright, we want to make sure that we add 3 to 4 ounces of oil to the filter, and be sure to rub some fresh oil on the rubber seal. This is going to help make a better connection and ensure a tight seal once we get this filter placed back onto the bike. Alright, now that we got the area all
Alright, as you can see, we've got the area cleaned up.
Filter's ready to go.
Excess oil's been wiped down. We've prepped the fuel filter here. We put 3 to 4 ounces inside the filter, and we've ensured that we've placed the oil seal, the oil around the seal. So now we're just going to place the filter back on the bike, making sure that we hand tighten it down. If we get it too tight, the natural suction that this is going to create is going to make it a little more of a challenge next time we have to change the oil. So we want to avoid any unnecessary work there. So give it a good snug twist down.
Now you don't want to get on
and
here
then
and use a whole
we'll
bunch
remove
of
the sticker here in just a moment, and
tighten
finally wipe down the chrome so it's just as pretty as the rest of the bike. Pride in your work, pride in your bike.
It's gonna have a hell of a time to get back off. So next step is just to get in here, wipe the filter off just to make it all shined up and good to go. All right, coming to the final stages. We put 2 to 3 quarts of oil back inside the bike, put the cap back on, tighten it down, let it run for about a minute or so just to get some of the new oil running through it. Take the cap back off, finish filling it with the remainder of the oil, checking the dipstick, making sure the oil levels are good to go. Tighten the cap on and we're ready to ride. Overall total work time, approximately 20 to 30 minutes. It's a pretty easy job. Enjoy the rides.